Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going through and breaking down some of the best and worst tattoo TikToks I could find. Let's jump into it. We got this tiger. It says, my cousin Benny can do that cheaper. Now, I don't know what this is about. I don't know who your cousin Benny is. He probably sucks. This lion tiger tattoo is a tremendous pile of garbage. But from all the big piles of garbage we've seen on this channel, it is not the worst. But what is the worst is whatever this reaction to the tattoo is doing, like this red peachy thing, it's either the color pink, which looks like it is radiating through the body, causing cancer at every moment, just pulsating this disgusting looking thing. I don't know what it is. I hate it. You guys hate it. Looks bad and is terrifying if you had this tattooed on you. But we got some good stuff. A great example of a traditional panther. This is how you want your panthers to look. And if you're gonna smash it in pink, this is a pink that doesn't look like it's gonna infect your entire body, kill your organs from the outside in. Beautiful tattooing by Matt_tattooer. You're the man, don't know you, like your tats. On to the next.
I have a prediction for the future. In the next couple years, tattoos are not going to be socially cool anymore.
As a person who has tattoos but doesn't really care for them anymore, I can say that I think this is generally true, but it's a little bit more nuanced. I don't think that a lot of us, including myself, got the tattoos because we were trying to fit in. I think we got them because we were 18 years old and thought they were cool. And maybe that is trying to fit in a sense, like trying to fit in with yourself, if that makes sense. Because I wasn't trying to...
Okay, so there's already two things to address. Tattoos are not going to be cool anymore. Socially cool. I'm curious what socially cool even really means. I think that there was a tremendous amount of popularity around tattoos. Like, just think of every famous musician that you could think of. If they're in rap, 100% they have tattoos. If they were in rock, for sure. If they were in country, even there, they have a lot of people with tattoos. And pop music, for sure. Everybody has tattoos. All the coolest people, and I use the term cool very, very loosely, but all the coolest people have had tattoos over the last 10, 15 years. Do I think this trend is going to continue? I think so. Let's keep listening.
Really cool anymore.
As a person who has tattoos but doesn't really care for them anymore, I can say that I think this is generally true, but it's a little bit more nuanced. I don't think that a lot of us, including myself, got the tattoos because we were trying to fit in. I think we got them because we were 18 years old and thought they were cool. And maybe that...
Now, if you heard that and you are like, what's the difference there? Join the club. Don't know what the difference between a person who wants to be cool at 18 versus some, I don't understand it. Let's hear how he breaks it down further.
That is trying to fit in a sense, like trying to fit in with yourself, if that makes sense. Because I wasn't trying to please anybody with my tattoos. In fact, a lot of people around me were telling me that they didn't like my tattoos and they thought that it was a bad idea. But I thought that they were cool, and 18-year-old me was gonna do it no matter what. Now, 26-year-old me is kind of like, why the fuck did you do this? These are not that great of tattoos. No disrespect to my tattoo artist, that's what I asked for. But 8 years later, I look at some of my tattoos and I'm like, I could have just got a shirt with that on it and I would have been just as happy. And I'm not like running to get my tattoos removed because I got them for a reason. I got them because they meant something to me. And even though some of them don't really mean anything to me anymore, they were more meaningful when I was 18, some of them still carry a lot of meaning. I would have designed them a little bit differently. Or
I'm gonna stop it right there because I think there's a fundamental flaw in everything he's saying. I think that we all get tattoos to project something onto the world. Just the same way we get shirts to project something onto the world. Like, yes, we think it looks cool, but we're still trying to convey an idea to other people around us. That is pretty uniform. Like when people say, I do this for me, I don't think that that's fully true. I think that there's grains of truth in that. That is perfect. Like we all are like, well, I want to look this way. Fine. I'm just not sure that if you were fully doing things for yourself, why you would get a tattoo in the first place. Like what would be so that you could see it, but it's like that thing's important to you. Do you really need to see it on your skin? I don't know. I don't really believe it. 100% don't believe someone when they say it's only for me. I could say it is for you and for others to see, or else you wouldn't get a tattoo, because that just like defeats the entire thing of a tattoo. It's to be seen, okay? You just keep that thing in your head forever, because you're like, it's for me. Whatever. If you can't admit that, ask yourself why. Just be honest with yourself. Like, do I get tattoos for myself? Sure. Do I also want to share something with the world with my tattoos? Yes. In a small, fractional kind of way. On to the next. This is a cool tattoo. HC Tattooer. Do you think the guy who got this tattoo is like, this dragon's just for me? No, this dude wants to take off his shirt at the community pool and he wants to be like, look at my sick ass tat. That's what he wants. 100%. You can't, nope. He wants people to be like, I am cool. And you know what, bro? You are cool. Today, you are the coolest. That tattoo is bitchin'. The tattooer who did it, bitchin'. Love everything about this. I love how clunky and dumb the design is in the best respectful kind of way, but beautiful and dumb. They simplified it to the point of perfection. HC Tattooer. Speaking of tattooers, we are about to launch Tattooer Supply Co., TSC. It is a membership-only tattoo supply company, and we will have all the brands you know and love, whether it's Solid, Eternal, Chroma, Luna, Da Vinci needles, Quadrant needles, everything you need to run a shop. We will have all of that and more at 10% less than almost anybody, because you became a member of TSC, membership only tattooer supply company. Join today. Right now, memberships are $50. After February, after we fully launch, it will be $100. And trust me, you are going to want to make savings on your tattoo career. I know personally, as a tattooer, I spent about $200 to $400 worth of supplies when I lived in America and I was tattooing 5 to 6 times a week. That means that every year I was spending, let's say $200 to be conservative. $200 times 12. $2,400 a year on tattoo supplies. At this point in my career, I've been tattooing almost 15 years. If I was tattooing from the time I was 22 to 62, that's 40 years of tattooing. That's a long time, but very possible. Times 40, you would have spent almost $100,000 on tattoo supplies over your career if you only bought for yourself and you bought very little supplies. At Tattooer Supply Co., you can save almost $10,000 if you have a 40-year career. $10,000 goes back into your pocket. 10% is what you're saving every single order. Join today. We plan on having the biggest supply company we can, so do it. What do we got next? We got just a big pile of shit. That looks bad. God damn it, dude. Danielle, you should be ashamed. Jesus Christ, you've been abandoned. This is just your weekly dose of vomit-inducing tats, okay? That's all. On to the next. Okay, so we got this guy with a little rat tail with a braid going down his back. Looking like a real Viking here, or not. Why you want a 15-inch long, what looks like a turd going down the center of your back, I don't know. If you don't think that that looks like a turd, what do you think it looks like? Because I know that it's supposed to be hair because he's got that nasty little rat tail going down, but my God, that is a bad move. Every once in a while, I have a dream. I have a dream that my armpit hair dreads and dreads so long that it comes out of my shirts. I don't have long armpit hair. Don't know where this dream comes from. It is one of those dreams. Probably a dream I should keep to myself. But I have a dream, and that is the dream of dreams. Now this guy also has a dream, and that is that he has a ponytail. Thing. You don't look like a Viking. You don't look like a Native American. You don't look like anything cool that has this type of hair attached to it. I just see a long, disgusting turd going down your back. On to the next.
You like my tattoos? Thanks. I'm actually thinking about getting another one. I want to get my sobriety date somewhere on here. I'm about a weekend.
Okay, so This girl's talking about sobriety. One of the most boring things in the world you could be is sober, and that's probably the truth. Just kidding, I'm sober, almost 10 years. I never said that until like 2 weeks ago, and now I've said it in 2 videos. I feel very uncomfortable about it, but it's the truth. Almost exactly 10 years and 1 month sober. I think it's pretty obvious why you should never get a sobriety date tattooed on you, because you might relapse, and that sobriety date all of a sudden means jack shit. So, you should be very cautious of putting that on your skin for sure. I'm gonna take it a step further. I think that you should almost never put any sort of date on you that has any real significance for a lot of different reasons. Now, I'm gonna kind of hit a bunch real quick. You shouldn't get the death date of someone that you love. I don't know why you want a constant reminder of the saddest thing that's ever happened to you, especially if it's sad enough that you want to get it tattooed, it's probably sad enough that you should not tattoo it, okay? You're gonna have a constant reminder of this person anyways. Why put a date on you that like every time you look at your right arm, you're like, oh, Billy's dead. Like, you don't want that. Birth dates of someone you love, you don't want, because they just kind of look like shit, okay? There's nothing interesting about looking at a date. January 15th, 1963. Like, who gives a shit about grandma's birthday? It does not look good, okay? Like, it's just a line of numbers. Now, you could go back to that conversation of like, I get tattoos for me. And I'd be like, well, if you're getting dates for you, aesthetically, you have bad taste. If you're just getting it for you. What other dates should you never put on? Marriage dates, I don't think you should do for the same reason. They don't look very good. And honestly, there's a double whammy here because they could leave at any moment, and now you have dates that not only look like shit because they're just numbers that mean whatever, but they don't even have any significance because you're hella divorced, okay? Your friendly reminder, don't get dates, and maybe just don't get anything of any significance, because that's why we're here. On to the next.
I got this done.
Oh, whoa!
Had that done.
Wait, is that
Down in Windsor, yeah.
real?
Yeah. Done last week.
Holy crap!
Yeah, I had it done down in Windsor.
So do you visit often then?
No, this is my first time.
Oh.
Okay, this video looks fake to me. I don't know if it's real. I'm gonna pretend that it is, even if it's not. Because this is still a very common practice people do when they are traveling. A lot of times I remember people being like, this arm's for traveling. And I think that's very cute. I think it's cool. I'm not trying to shit on that. What you shouldn't do is that. Like, get a big, giant thing that says Toronto. First off, that is not interesting at all. You went to Toronto? Where are you from? It sounds like we're hearing an Irish accent. So what, you patty walked over fucking to Toronto? Not very cool or interesting. If you had a whole bodysuit of just places you've gone, you're gonna see a lot of dumbass buildings tattooed on you and a bunch of words that no one cares about. Singapore, buildings. Los Angeles, buildings. Buenos Aires, buildings. I don't know, there's nothing, don't do this. If you're gonna do travel tattoos, let me be your guide, okay? Let me guide you through how to get travel tattoos as a guy who lives in a travel town and has probably done more travel tattoos than any tattooers you know combined, okay? Let me think. Florida, tell me a destination. Ibiza. I took a pill in Ibiza to show Avicii I was cool. I don't know the rest of the song. Ibiza. What would be a cool tattoo for Ibiza? Nothing. Nothing would be a cool tattoo for Ibiza. When I think about Ibiza, obviously I think of like beautiful blue water. But I also kind of feel like those Mediterranean places have like stacked buildings really high, small but stacked, right? Like they're kind of like almost like favelas in Brazil, like very congested, and you could probably do something cool with that. I don't know that I would want that tattooed. There's an idea. Florida, can you give me another destination? Thailand, I would get a ladyboy tattooed. Let's be real, you go to Thailand, you're probably drinking a lot of beers, okay? Probably partying, and I would probably get maybe they got some cool beer logos that are worth getting tattooed on you. What else is interesting with Thailand? You could definitely get a pepper, a little pepper. God knows how many peppers I've tattooed here in Mexico. I would probably get a beer logo or some sort of logo because I feel like they have some interesting designs for things like that, which isn't exactly popping out for like a place like Ibiza because maybe it's just because they're gonna have Coca-Cola and that's it, but yeah. Florida, give me a destination. Colombia, get a big booty bitch. So yeah. How you pick a better travel tattoo. Dive a little deeper into the culture, find something small but significant to you, and get it tattooed. Here in Mexico, we tattoo Day of the Dead skulls like our life depends on it. Little beer glass things that I think look stupid. Red chili peppers, palm trees. If it was me, I would probably stick away from things that are too culturally significant. Like if you're a white guy with Mesoamerican symbolism, I think it might be a little weird. But maybe closer to that than like your average dumb crap. So I don't know. I think I started this off very confident, being like, I'll give you guys some guidance. I feel like it fell short because maybe don't get travel tattoos. I'm gonna have to shut down my whole business. On to the next. Okay, this is a direct shot at ya boy. Okay, not really, but it definitely could be seen as that. Let's listen.
Being like, this is exactly what I want, and here's some money.
Here's the problem with the current state of tattoo.
The tattoo hot takes.
All you have to do is know the rule.
Stop talking. Stop talking. Stop talking. Go make something. Go make some art. Go make a tattoo. Stop talking. Shut the fuck up. Stop talking. Stop talking. Please stop talking. Just go make something.
Pretty simple concept here. Stop talking about tattoos and do some tattoos. Okay, let's talk about the art instead of the thing around it. Now, I personally couldn't agree more for the most part. I gotta be honest. We started this channel right around 3 years ago. The version of it that you're watching right now is about 2 years old. And back when we started doing these videos, there was a common thread that really bothered me. And that was that most tattooers did not speak about tattooing. And the people that did speak about tattooing knew generally nothing about the topic. Unfortunately, I still kind of feel that way. And every single person in that video that they just showcased has no goddamn clue what they're talking about in mass, right? Like maybe they got some ideas, maybe they think some things about tattoos, but in reality, they don't know anything about it. And unfortunately, that's still prevalent today. Now, tattooers are now speaking more than ever before. Amazing. A lot of times they get caught up in the drama about tattoo world. I don't mind that too much. I've been caught up in that in my own ways. I enjoy that place. But I think this is a time for tattooers to really start speaking up, even in small ways. Even if you're not getting huge numbers or views or whatever, it's time for tattooers to just be honest and maybe less shitty, but still honest. Because the reality is I really hate that non-tattooers kind of lead the direction of this conversation because they don't know shit about shit. On to the next.
No, we don't talk about that. But yeah, this is what I see in the mirror. Do you know how much money I spent trying to laser off the tattoo that's right here? There was a little flick of the V. So now it says no I vildo. Please look at what your text says backwards on a tattoo. Very niche thing to think about. No I. It's very empowering if you think about it.
Wow. Okay. It took me a little while to understand this one, not because I'm dumb, but because I'm also dumb. So the tattoo was supposed to say oblivion, right? Cute. Put it backwards so you could see it in the mirror, I guess, some stupid crap like that. And instead it says no I. But there's two major takeaways here. One, obviously, if you're gonna put something backwards, read it to yourself so you see what you are seeing or whatever. But also maybe don't do something as stupid as making it backwards. Because it's like, what's the point, you know? Why do you want people asking what you got on your chest? And then they have to be like, oh, no, I didn't. Like, hey girl, you wanna go hang out later? She's like, no, I didn't. Okay, perfect, you don't need me. You don't need no one. Because no, I didn't. Okay, stupid, don't do that. On to the next. Beautiful work by Alcan Tattoo. Alcanin Alcanine Tattoo. Very soft black and gray we're seeing here. In contrast to this very heavy dark surrounding it. Beautiful type tattooing. I almost had to ask and find out if this was AI. If it is AI, I feel foolish. Beautiful work by Alcanine Tattoo. Yeah, soft in the best kind of ways, not so soft it's gonna fall away. Beautiful, elegant, strong tattooing. I'm into it, I enjoy it. I see you, friend. You're there with great tattoos. On to the next. Now, this one is not a great tattoo and I still see you, okay? Not only is it not great, bro, this is trash, okay? Maddie, run. This dude's a brokey. He's never gonna be able to afford your love, okay? Because Maddie looks baddie, okay? Stupid. We're gonna leave it here on this blacked out fingers. Why? I don't know. I have nothing to say about this one. But just look at them. Be like, whew, do I want to black out my fingers? Think about the pain. Let's do a mental breakdown of this. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Think about your hand getting drilled into oblivion. Until no, I don't. Okay? Have a good one. I love you. No, I don't. I don't know you. But if I did love you, ciao.